Welcome back to the most difficult challenge in classic WoW hardcore, the Dungeon Master Challenge. In this game mode, one small mistake, one oversight of a game mechanic can quickly lead to death and send your character to the eternal graveyard. In this challenge, I will attempt to solo every dungeon in Azeroth as a zealous paladin of the Alliance. Tune in as I redefine what is possible in this game alone, all the while taking on challenges that are intended for a group of 5. Taking on this challenge requires careful planning for every piece of gear and every consumable I decide to bring. In a typical group, the tank, the healer, and the damage dealers are all different players. Going alone means I have to become all 3 of these, and by being a paladin, this is easily achievable. Being able to wield mail and then plate armor with a shield provides excellent physical damage reduction, which is most of the damage I will be facing on my journeys. In today's journey, we are visiting the underground hiding place of the Defiers, Bandits and Renegades, led by Edwin VanCleef, the Defiers Kingpin. The home of this hideout is nothing other than the abandoned village of Moonbrook in the southern part of Westfall. When I arrived in the village, I immediately felt that something was off. Not a single soul was within sight. I decided to head straight to the mines without hesitation. In the mines, I met a few miners and their henchmen overlooking their shoulders to make sure no one's slacking. After fighting my way through them, I saw a change of scenery in one of the tunnels, and it made me realize that I just found the actual hideout. The atmosphere of the whole place changed at the snap of a finger. It was at this time that I decided I have to go all in on this one and use everything I have. Making it till the end requires proper knowledge of one's opponent, and let me introduce today's first enemy, none other than the Defiers Miner. They were everywhere in the tunnels, digging endlessly. Could easily take on multiple at a time. However, I had to look out for their pickaxes as they slowly chip away my armor, making me vulnerable. Then there were those vile evokers, casting their fiery hotness under my toes, making me dance around them. Making use of these marvels of goblin engineering really helps me out in situations like this one. As I am fighting my way through them, I arrive at a huge door guarded by a big ogre. Hitting hard and slow with that mace makes it an easy score as my first boss of the day, granting me a level up as well. After dispatching the 2 other guards next to the door, I run into a patrol in the dungeon. The first few bosses will make a patrolling group appear that will have to be dealt with swiftly. Making my way through the next batch of miners, I meet with the famous Miner Johnson in one of the dead ends. Around the next corner, a big door was hiding a band of goblins in what looks like a sawmill. I immediately spot their leader in a shredder patrolling up and down. I quickly deal with the rest of the goblins and head straight for the Taskmaster's head. Sneed in his shredder deals a decent amount of damage, occasionally slowing my casting speed, but I can easily outplay him by jumping down from the big log above and giving myself time to heal. After his shredder is done for, he comes forward with his devastating quick punches, making the jumping technique even more required. Going back for the new patrol that has just spawned, and then making my way to the next packs of enemies after the sawmill. At the end of the tunnel here, a huge metal forge greeted me with even more goblins who like to either fling molten metal or send their little toys at me. In the back, I spot the master of this forge, Gilnid. I quickly battle my way through to him. His only ability is just even more of the molten metal flinging. With smart movement, right when he's about to throw the metal at me, I can easily dodge his attack, making it an easy tank and spank fight for me. And let's not forget about the new patrolling group heading my way. Clearing the last of the mining tunnels, and I find an explosive sitting on the ground that I think might be of use later on. After taking out the overseer guarding the explosive, I see a cannon aiming at a big door. It's like they placed this explosive there just for me. Behind the door, a band of pirates greeted me with their parrot. I felt like I was getting close to the end of this journey with that huge ship in sight. Luckily, the pirates weren't really capable of anything other than waving their swords around. But the Squall Shapers did cast fiery blasts and shivering novas at me. Arriving to the ladder leading onto the ship, a suspiciously looking Tauren was standing on top of it. No wonder his menacing looks. As I approach the ladder, two stealthed assassins jump out of the shadows, and they give me quite a fight for my life. The big Mr. Smite was quite a challenge with his ever-changing weaponry, dual-wielding, and then bringing a big mace at me, but he was no match for me in the end. Climbing the ship and clearing it of pirates wasn't too difficult. And I even found a chest along the way containing some extra loot. As I moved to the upper deck, I noticed a captain with his company patrolling up and down on the top level. Making my way to the captain, I dealt with what looked like to be the last of the pirates. In order to deal with the high amounts of incoming damage, I have to use the environment to my advantage and make them traverse around the ship to win some time and heal myself. After the two pirates are dealt with, Captain Greenskin is next. But his only ability is a weak poison, which makes the rest of the fight trivial. In the shadows of the top-level cabin, a mysterious figure is hiding. None other than the Kingpin Edwin himself. As soon as I approach him, his two guards jump on me, and with Edwin's quick attacks, I have to once again use the same tactic to mitigate the incoming damage. It is of utmost importance that I deal with the two bodyguards first. When Edwin reaches 50% health, two other guards are called, making the fight all about the guards again. Kiting them around again so I can regenerate my health and mana before finishing off Edwin VanCleef once and for all. There is only one two-legged creature left for me to deal with. The potion brewer Murloc, Cookie, who resides in the back of the boat. Known for his concoctions, he throws acidic bottles at his targets, but he is no match for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again in the next dungeon.